Okay, perfect. All right, so I want to welcome all of you, and especially you who's watching me right now for the SKyWay Invest Group business opportunity. I call it your future, my future, our future. Take it as you wish, but I think this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and we keep saying that, but I truly believe it is. And for those who know about SKyWay Invest Group and the SKyWay technology, it will be a basic or general overview. So what we are doing, what is our mission, how we see the future, and how we are helping all our SKyWay Invest Group members to succeed in this business and obviously in life as well. So it will be a little bit of repeating for those who know about SKyWay technology and SKyWay Invest Group. For those who are new people, please watch it till the end. And, if you have any questions, please, then I think you will be able, let's see how long it will last. You will be able to ask me the questions and I'll help you to answer. If we won't have enough time, then, just reach out to me on a Facebook or, whoever shared this presentation video with you, and whoever will be able to answer the questions, either way, hopefully it will help you to make your decisions. But today is October 29, nearly in November, so we are very close to December. Crazy, winter is happening, and we will change to 2019, so still 2018. So for today's agenda, what I have planned for you is to describe or to discuss a SKyWay Invest Group and what we do, how to make a meaningful difference in the world and add value to people's lives. SKyWay technology overview, as I mentioned, and what is there for you, and the business opportunity in SKyWay Invest Group. So here is the two parts. So once I finish the SKyWay technology part and you don't want to hear the business opportunity, you can switch off. But for those who want to know how to become an active partner and do different activities within the SKyWay Invest Group, please stay till the end because I will show you different income streams, how you can earn in SKyWay Invest Group. And the last part would be the education and the training for your success. For those who haven't seen this presentation before, I will ask you to pay the attention to this disclaimer, risk disclaimer. And I want to make a note that I'm not licensed to sell any shares, so I'm not selling any shares to you, any financial instruments. I'm not doing that. All I do is sharing the information. So I'm respecting the laws of the land, and we should do this around the world. So generally speaking, I'm providing the information, or I'm allowed to promote the information product without a special license. I will be mentioning a few maybe wordings that you haven't heard about before, such as MLCI, and it's a multi-level crowd investing, and it's a new term we are coining in the marketplace. So it has never done before SKyWay Invest Group was created. We are the first company who has combined multi-level kind of business with the crowd investing, which I will discuss later on in my presentation. Also, I will mention educational information products, pre-IPO private equity shares, or PIPEs in the short version, and initial public offering, so the IPO. After my presentation, if you have still some questions, as I said, you can freely ask to me, to the person who shared this information, someone who is your leader in SKyWay Invest Group, and clarify a few things if there will be some. If you are seeking for more kind of accredited advisor, financial advisor, so you need to look for any financial advisors or licensed accountants in your area for compliance in your state or country. So please do your due diligence. You need to protect your money, you need to protect and learn to invest wisely. So if something is not clear, please double check before making your decisions. So who is the person here in front of you? For those who haven't seen me yet or haven't met me, my name is Annette Martinson, and originally I'm from Latvia. So let's say in 2009, I didn't even speak English properly, and I was living in a capital city called Riga, and I was working in my job that I thought is a great job for me. and I was studying in university until the economic crisis or crash happened, and I was not able to pay for my university fees anymore. So then I decided that, well, I had two options: whether keep working and be, without real professional perspectives in my country, but I still had a job, or just go out there and explore the world. And for 1 year, I decided to go to London, to UK, and see what other opportunities I might have on the front of me. And it's been already 9 years since I'm in the UK, and I would never look back and say that this was not the right decision for me. It was an easy journey. London, for those who think, is a great place to come and work, and it's some people think it's gold is probably coming as a rain, but it's not. You have to work hard. You need to really know where you want to be, who you want to be, and you need to find your way to your success. And at some point I was living in London with pennies in my pocket, barely paying for the food, and living in very cold flat that was no different whether to sleep outside or inside, just the roof was on top of my head. But then I find a job which was 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, and I thought, yes, finally I have achieved my my limits, my potential. But then I realized that I was not happy enough in my place. I was not satisfied. I was not giving this, yes, I'm doing something great, and the job is giving me I don't know, pleasure to work in that environment with those people, but it wasn't. I was just there for money, because money was paying for my bills, and money was paying, for me to travel back to my country and see my family. But it was not enough. It was not adding value to my life or to people around me, even to the world. I was just sitting there making money for someone else, and I was not happy about that until 2014, when Armand introduced me to SKyWay Invest Group. I joined it as a silent investor partner, supporting the project, the idea behind it, and that's it. I kept working in my corporate world until the day in 2016 when I was asked to leave a mutual agreement, because I was just not passionate about it. They probably had right. I was not passionate by my work, but I didn't know, and I didn't think that would be enough reason for them to, kind of ask me to leave the company, which was fine. I can go back and tell them, thank you for doing that, because then again, I have two options what to do: go and look for another job, or, go and look for something different, to do something different. And that's where I asked in my post about you to join my webinar today: are you married to your job, or you are open-minded? Because we all know how to work, we all know how to go and make the money, but is that place where you are right now a happy place? Is that place will allow you, that place where you are as in working for someone allows you to become something better, to do something better, be better, do better, or you want to, or you're open-minded to different opportunities and different solutions that can come on the front of you and be as a vehicle for you to, to get from where you are to where you want to be. It definitely was a SKyWay Invest Group for me, and I'm really happy, for the options and opportunities that the company has provided to me, because right now I'm a manager in SKyWay Invest Group. I become a qualified master profit coach, which is one of the trainings in the SKyWay Invest Group. I'm actually education and training director, so I'm coaching and helping other leaders to grow and, creating the training programs and coaching them to pass the information to other people. And also I'm a speaker, and I'm being in different countries already, and been promoting this opportunity to to many people around the world, which is awesome. In my company where I worked previously, it was not the option. There was no such opportunities for me. So I think I have increased my limits and unlocked my potentials, increased my potentials, and I'm still unlocking them and increasing them. And I hope you will do the same. If you still have a job, think about it. But who we are and what we do, enough about me. 10 minutes talking about me. Before I had join the SKyWay Invest group. And, for some people who are still in SKyWay Invest group for some time, you probably have asked yourself, or at least looked for opportunities, how to make an extra income source, right? Most of the time, income source that we have in jobs is one. We have one job, so we are living from paycheck to paycheck. But have you looked for other opportunities how to earn an extra income source? Or maybe you've looked for opportunities how to multiply your hard-earned money. You earn money enough, but now how to multiply it so you don't have to work even harder, but money will work for you. Or maybe you have looked for different options how to learn about the wealth creation and how to become a successful investor. Maybe you have some people in your environment, in a group of people that you're surrounding yourself, who would give you this information, who would give you this knowledge. But not many people have this. Not many people have someone to learn from, to get this information from. So we are looking for information probably on Google search, but you must agree with me, it's almost like me going in the library with millions of books, and I'm trying to find that one book or two or three books that would give me the information I'm looking for. Same on the internet, there's so much information, but we just don't know which is the right information for us, if it's real information or it's made up information, right? So we are looking, at least I was looking for ways how to learn this wealth creation and about the mindset. Maybe some of you have thought about options how to fire your boss. If you're not married to your job and you want to fire your boss, then there must be a ways how to do that. By becoming a successful entrepreneur, by becoming a business owner, do your own thing, follow your dreams, completing, what you were planning since you were a child, maybe. Have you ever thought about this? And I'm asking you because most of the people who would ask these questions would be those who have the job, those who are looking for ways to get out of that environment, out of that rat race. And those are people who has a limited information or limited knowledge about the wealth creation. That's what the SKyWay Invest Group is providing. It's providing the information from successful person who has passed, different life experience and now giving back to people. Because probably you've heard about the book Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki, and he has put people in 4 groups. Before I knew that there is a lower level, a middle class, and upper level people, right? So rich people, middle class, and those who are barely paying their bills. But apparently we are grouped in different 4 groups, which is E for employee, S as a self-employed, B as a business owner, and I as investor. And as I said, these days it's not difficult to go and look for jobs and make the money, right? So we are employees working for someone who has given us the job and put us the price, for what we are giving them as a service. But the next step would be to become a self-employed. And I was in self-employed after I left my company, and I learned different skills. So it's not bad to become a self-employed, but in employing self-employed, they're putting so much time, and as a self-employed, you put even more time to make that money work for you. Because being as a self-employed, you don't have a boss in front of you, or on your shoulders, looking all over your shoulders, but you have to work harder, because no one will pay you if you have if you become ill or you want to go on holiday. No one will pay you the money as in would employed will pay you, right? But is it good enough for us to live our life the way we imagine it? Obviously, the best part is to be on the right-hand side of the quadrant, become a business owner and investor. And once you become a business owner, then you have obviously a group of people working for you, even though you spend 3 to 4 years maybe in the business, but afterwards your business will work without you. And that's when the successful business has been created, when the business is working better without you rather than with you in the business. And then you can look for opportunities now how to multiply your hard-earned money and to become an investor. So this SKyWay Invest Group opportunity is not just for the employees, it is also for the business owners, for self-employed, or for the investors, already existing investors. And why SKyWay Invest Group is putting this accent on the wealth creation is because, as I said, the information is very limited to those who have passed the university and go to work, because at work we are learning to what the employer teaches you, because sometimes it's different to the books, and that's it. You're trading your time for the money, you're making your money, and then you don't know how to protect and sustain your money, and you work again, and that's around the clock, right? Some people win the money, but they lose the money as quick as they win the money, because they don't have the right mindset, they don't have the right knowledge how to now multiply that money, how to protect the money, what to do with the money. Most of the time they would buy things and stuff that they don't even need, or they don't know how to then work, kind of to pay for the assets that, the liabilities that they will occur with that million. And even worse is, as Andre Havrato, for those who know, Andre Havrato watched the video a few days ago. He said that we have, as ordinary people, we have 15 more years before the robotization will come in place. So in 15 years' time, there will be a simple jobs replaced with the robots. So what would be doing people that are working in the factories right now and maybe putting the stuff in a box to send to people around the world? What would be doing people that are working on the fields, on the lands, collecting the fruits and vegetables? Robots will be able to do that. What about I don't know, taxi drivers, the delivery people? Simple jobs where not much skills are needed to do that. It will be replaced with the robots. So many people will lose the job. Even in the UK, I think it was Debenhams that put up the information that they will be closing many stores, and thousands of people will losing the job. Thousands, not even hundreds, but thousands. And what they're going to do? If they have only knowledge how to work in the shops, and it's a good skill to sell their products in the shop, but if the company is not providing them with any other income source, then what those people were going to do? So they have to learn how to now, what the money that they're earning now, to protect it and sustain and multiply it, so when even they lose the job, they still have money coming in. And there is another part, so if you become a business owner or an investor, there's a different life. There is a way that you have that information, you have that tools, where and how to manage your money. So even if something happens with one asset that brings you the money, it goes down, then income stream, that there will be other income streams that will help you to still making the money. And that's how the business owners and investors think. They always think how their money can work for them, where they can put the money for the money to work while they sleep. And then they have more time, they have travel around the world, they can spend the time with the families, so they are not stuck to one place. They can move around the countries, around the world if they want, and still work, because they're entrepreneurs and their business can work without them being in the business. Yeah. So which part of the quadrant you want to be? Do you want to be an employee and self-employed and think about the future as in please, I hope I will have a job by in 15 years time? You want to start thinking, what you can do part-time, or what else you can do, what you can do with the money to make your money work for yourself. And who was thinking about all of these kind of the future changes was Andre Havrato. As he said, in 2014, he was talking about new economic evolution of the world, and he was talking this to his students, explaining them that sooner or later there will be changes and things will change, and things are changing already. We can see around the world that calling the banks, there's no person anymore answering, there is some automatic system, or going to the shops, there is no cashier, you have to do everything self-service. So he sees that, and he's not the only person who talks about that. I will show you who else talks about that. But Andre Havrato is already as an investor, he has an experience 21 years. So this year, a couple of weeks ago, was around the 21 year his experience as an investor. He has a master's in network management for 20 years. So he's been involved in different businesses, helping them to, with the growth. He's also the creator and author of Academy of Private Investors. So, once he gathered all the information together and he learned, how to lose the money and how to save the money, he decided to create an online training where he would be teaching other people, how to use their money wisely, how to, what are the rules and habits as a successful investor, professional investor, that you have to follow to not lose your money. And through this Academy of Private Investors, by 2014, in his academy was already 100,000 students. Right now, those are more than 500, probably, by the numbers that I saw. SKyWay Invest Group has been supported by how many people. He's also a business coach of financial investment development of personality, and together with one person, he created even a game that stimulates people thinking. It's like a simulator that will allow you to not just let's say you go to school and you learn your whatever course you learn information, but then you don't know what to do with this information. You go in the real life. So Andre has created this financial game where you can put this information in the game and learn, same things, or go through the same decisions that you would have to make in the real life. And Andre obviously created SKyWay Invest Group. Well, hey, SKyWay Invest Group is all about for this presentation. And why SKyWay Invest Group was created, you will see, and I will share you very, very soon. So SKyWay Invest Group has three pillars, if we can call them. So the education is, one of them, and I think that's like a number one, what Andre is really focused. The number two also would be a project that SKyWay Invest Group wants to support, the project that they are supporting already. So this technology project called SKyWay Technology, but in the future those will be another technology projects or startups that SKyWay Invest Group would be supporting. And for those who want to do the business, it's also an option. So, it's your decision where you will see yourself at the end of the presentation, but let's continue. So Andre Havrato, as I said, is giving the knowledge and science of the investment. So what do you need to do on a daily basis or the weekly basis to, so start making and keeping your money, not giving everything away. And there are 8 rules of private investors, and one of the rules is 5 commandments. And I want to go through quickly those 5 commandments, and please write it down. And if you want to know more about them, we can discuss it later. But basically, overview today is 5 commandments, which is save 10 to 30% of your income. So whatever money you're earning every month, please put first 10 to, let's say, even if you can put 10%, start with 5%. Put 5% of your income in the pot, and then think how you can protect your money. First of all, once you receive your salary and you think you're earning X amount of money a year, a month, it's actually less than that, because every time you receive the money, it's not even your money. You're already giving it away to the tax, you're giving away to the bills and whatever you have to pay, right? And whatever is left, that's what you're earning, right? In reality, I think. So what you need to do first, you need to break the system, and instead of paying everyone else, pay yourself first. Pay yourself at least 10% from your income and put it in a pot, because then you will see what you can do with that money, because in a pot, the money will not grow, right? You need to find the right pot somewhere to put it in. So you have paid your money first to yourself, and now you have to control your expenses. You have secured your paycheck, right? So what to do with the rest of money? Of course, you have to pay the bills. Of course, you have to pay for the food, for the rent, and so on. But also, check your expenses. Check what else you can, where you can save the money. I used to buy a coffee 2-3 times a day, and it costs $2.50 per coffee. So it's like $7.50 a day for coffee, where you can go and buy the coffee bag, and it will last for a month, and it will cost the same amount of money instead of paying $7.50 every day for the coffee. So there must be some things or some goods that you're buying that are unnecessary. So look in your bank account, don't be scared, don't be afraid, and check your expenses, where you could possibly minimize, what you're paying, where your spendings are. And maybe in the next second or third month, you will be able to put aside not only 5% but 10% already. Then learn how to protect your money. Once you have saved that money, don't go and just spend it again somewhere. You need to learn how to invest wisely. So you need to look for ways and options where now you can try and put that money to invest, so the money is start growing for yourself, working while you sleep. And for that reason, you need to educate yourself. You need to read the books. You need to go for different maybe workshops, or you have to pass the SKyWay Invest Group training, which is the Master Profi, where we have on the third level of the Master Profi training done by Armand and Mila, where they are giving the information about investment world, how to create investment portfolios, how to measure the risks and so on. So that's what you would learn through the deep training, professional training, which is created for SKyWay Invest Group members. And obviously, always learn to earn more. As I said, you need to go and find ways how to multiply your income streams, because most of the time when you go to work, you have one income stream. In SKyWay Invest Group, we have already 9 income streams. 7 of them are the ones you can earn today, and 6 of them you can earn today, and 3 of them in the future. So if you are having a job that gives you 1 income stream, you seriously need to find ways how to earn more by multiplying them, finding other income streams. So if you're open-minded and you want to hear that from SKyWay Invest Group, then stay till the end. So this was the 5 commandments, very briefly, very quickly, but just give you a little insight of the education SKyWay Invest Group is providing. I hope that was useful. So as I said, SKyWay Invest Group is offering the education and also partnering with will partner with different technology companies, maybe startups or existing companies, but they want to expand or so on. But today we have a SKyWay technology. And what is the SKyWay technology? Dr. Anatoly Unitsky is very, very smart person, I would say. I met him already 3 times. I managed to speak to him and ask different questions, and really to kind of look in his eyes and to see whether what he's doing is very genius, and he really, to see that passion in his eyes. And I can say, 3 times speaking to him, I don't have any doubts about him and what his plans are. And Dr. Unitsky has been involved in different projects. He has more than 150 inventions, 20 monographs, and more than 200 scientific works. And he's been involved in different project managements of the United Nations, and so much more. You can actually read up on www.unitsky.com in the corner of the left-hand side, and you can read so much about him. That's his personal blog, personal website, and you can read the whole vision and the goals of Dr. Unitsky. And what he's working for as a solution, no one else could see it, and no one else could see the challenges what he could see 40 years ago. And luckily, when Dr. Andrei Havrata was introduced to Dr. Unitsky, thanks God, he saw his vision, he saw his challenge, and he really wanted to help him. Because if we are looking back at Andrei Havrata's dreams, his dream is to open mind of many, many people, so add value to people's life through the wealth education, to help you to make that money, to help you to to educate yourself about the science of investment and become a millionaire. Because it's not about how much money you can earn, but what you can do with the money. But if we are looking at Dr. Unitsky, he's looking to save the planet and at the same time adding the value to people's lives. Because if one problem is the money and the people don't have the money, the other problem is that we are damaging the environment, and we are suffering from the constant traffics and other problems that the transportation is causing on a daily basis. And it's not just the traffic, it's also the stress people are having. Some job places are not taking this as an excuse if person has missed the come to work late because of the transport and so on. But the problem is that the most biggest asset in our lives is the time, and we are not getting time back. We are losing the time. And imagine that for those who have that job, that job that starts at 8 or 8:30 and finishes at 5 o'clock, and there are many hundreds of thousands of people who has the same schedule, the same time frame when they have to go to work, and all the 1,000 people are going to work. You are stuck in the traffic, on overloaded trains, on delays and so on, and you won't have the opportunity from your job place to give you that option to wait for the rush hour to be finished and then go to work, or finish work earlier to go before rush hour starts, right? So we are not just spending our time at work, we are also adding that time we are spending at work since the moment we leave the house and the moment we come back to house. And it's not going to get better. The population is growing, and there is as much as land as we have. How much more land are we going to be damaging? How much roads we will build and put the metal and that black whatever you call it, asphalt on the planet. This is a very bad situation, and there is no solution. There are no solutions that could solve it, or hasn't been the solution provided to the government before, until obviously Dr. Unitsky came on in the picture and started promoting the business, because SKyWay and West Group have helped him to build the prototypes. If you're looking all of that, and even worse is like the death on the roads, and people are even having injuries, heavy injuries that makes them to become an invalid. It's not a nice and happy situation, isn't it? So what we can do about that, because sometimes it's not just an error, human error of driving the car, it can be also an environment impact on driving, the ice or the snow, or damaged asphalt, the road. It could be so many situations that we cannot be in our control. So we need to find a way, we need to have that solution to our world and to us, to make the difference in the world, how we are moving around the planet, not to lose our times and not to damage the environment. And happily, as I said, when Andrei Havrato was introduced to Dr. Unitsky in 2014, 20th of September, by one of his students, because after his talk on the university about new economical evolution of the world, Andrei Havrato encouraged everyone, all the students, to go out there and look for different projects, because he said we must get involved in the future technologies or the projects where we can get some, the benefits and help the world. And one of the students came back, in less than a month's time, with the SKyWay technology offer on the table. And Havrato obviously looked at RSW Systems website. He saw the project, and he asked the student to arrange a meeting with Anatoly Unitsky. And that happened on 21st, I think, of February 2018. If I'm not misleading from the video, Andrei Havrato was when he was speaking on Saturday, and then they supposed to have half an hour meeting, and they had 30-minute meeting, but they had 3-hour meeting discussing all the challenges and the future plans and the vision. And happily there was a historical agreement signed in September, October, and now we have exactly 4 years passed since this agreement, so another 16 years to go, and we haven't done that much yet, even though it's a lot, but we have so much more work ahead. So because of this agreement, SKyWay and West Group have helped Unitsky to fund the project, to not the whole project, but to fund a certain amount for his pilot test in Belarus, and I will show you this in video for those who are watching this first time. All right, so this video is amazing because, you know, when I joined the company, it was just pictures, drawn pictures to me, shown as an idea, and there was no video. Even if the video was there, it was purely just some drawings, and it was not a reality. Today, everything, well, most of the video, I would say 80% of the video was already with the real pictures, with the real images from the land in the Belarus, in the Minsk, where we are building the pilot test. But we have the high-speed train already, like the train itself has been already built, and we showed this in Berlin in the Trans trade show in September, and it's there. So after the show, the transport was taken back to Belarus to do the testings. So the high-speed train will be put on the rails very soon. It won't have the speed of 500 kilometers per hour, but it will prove the concept itself. What you also saw in the video was the urban transport system with the speed of 150 kilometers per hour. Again, the speed in the land was not as fast, but I think it was close to 100 kilometers per hour. So they just have to work on increasing the speed. And also the cargo transportation, it's also being built, but it's going through the certification. So everything is there, everything is real. I was there twice. It was in August last time when I was this year in Belarus. Oh my God, Berlin, Belarus, confusing sometimes. I was there. I was test driving with that urban transport, which you see in the middle of the picture. It was amazing. You know, you would not feel that transport is even moving. You have to watch outside the window to look outside the window. Are we moving or we are standing still? And you would see that the transport is moving. It's so smooth, it's so quiet. It doesn't have any movements left or right, you know, as it's on a traditional transport. It doesn't have, you know, these stopovers. So when you're like, all the train is moving back and forwards, you know, there was nothing like that. And it was amazing, you know, experience for me. I think that's the dream of our travel. That's a dream about the transport that we want to have. And well, a high-speed train, it's like a Bugatti, even better than Bugatti, guys, especially who is into cars. If you ever manage to sit inside of the high-speed train, you would know what I'm talking about. You are just like in the seat, you know, sitting like in a car, but you don't have to drive. You can enjoy the journey. And you know, so the high-speed train is like very luxury. I think this would be more like for private, like a private car for you, and it was very comfortable. So you know, it's already built, and thanks to SKyWay and Verse Group, you know, the agreement, and 4 years ago we managed to build all of this. And for those who haven't managed to get involved yet, you still have an opportunity. But another technology summary on top of what we have, you can also do your due diligence. It's those three technologies are not, it's not it, you know, there's more. There is also the drone that Unitsky has created. It's the biggest drone in the world built today, and it can lift 1 ton. There is also Unimobile. Unimobile is for disabled people who have difficulties to get in the car or even to drive the car. So you need to, again, taking all the solutions that are out there, looked at the minuses and pluses of each solution and put in one without the minus. So everything is great for even people who have difficulties with, you know, with mobility. There is also a solar power plant, you know, so the solar panels provided electricity to the transport and infrastructure complex. So it will be powering the SKyWay route passes as well as the eco houses. So Anatoly Unitsky also has created the eco house or greenhouse, which is also you can also see it in Belarus, in the Minsk, in that Ivanina Gorkaya Ecotechno Park. He is planning to build a tower station, leaner cities, blockchain platform, and planting greenery. For those who are following SKyWay Technology Company, you would probably see the latest news that the SKyWay Technologies will be releasing and going into a pre-ICO very, very soon. I think on 29th of November, the SKyWay token will be released, where people, you know, who support the SKyWay technology in early years will have the first hand to get those tokens. So you see, this technology was promoted for me 4 years ago, but now it's so much more. And the question is, what else is in Dr. Unitsky's mind? You know, what else he's going to create? We just have to follow. You know, as he said, he's not a showman, and this is not a circus. He do the work, he does the job. You know, even if it's a process, only then he will talk about it. Instead of, you know, putting the plans in place and talking, nothing is done. So he is doing and then talking, and this has been proven, you know, by, you know, how far we have managed to develop the project, because it's been divided in 15 development stages. Currently we're in stage 12. whether we're going to move to stage 13, 14, or 15, we don't know. You know, there are highly possibility that we can move even to stage 15, and very soon we can close it. So the, you know, the timelines is very kind of very thin. You just need to make your decision whether you want to become a customer, which you can become in the future, or you want to be involved today. And during these 4 years, company obviously moved from being just doing the engineering of technology development to technology adoption. So we are moving forward just not to create prototype, but actually create a commercial project. And today we have more than 300 MOUs signed with more than 12 countries. So now from those MOUs, our job is to make those as a real contract, backed up by the government, or, you know, investors, or, you know, the members of the SKyWay technology are ready. IP rights and patents have been evaluated as a future valuation of $400 billion. And you know what? I believe it's going to be so much more. It's not going to be 400. I think it will be twice or 3 times even more. We have managed to raise more than $100 million, and with that $100 million, what we have achieved is unbelievable. Because even the Middle East, you know, United Arab Emirates government, when they first time finally arrived in Belarus and what they saw, they could not believe. They even said to Dr. Unitsky, what you've done in 4 years' time with no huge support from huge, massive, you know, companies, you have done it on your own with, you know, certain people's support, and that's amazing. And that's what they loved about the SKyWay technology. And we have fully transferable technology. You don't invest in air. You are actually getting, you know, something tangible, something that you can use today, which is the education, and in the future the technology, which will be built globally. And the latest news is from UAE. I guess we just recently received them a couple of weeks ago, that UAE have given us a 25-hectare land within the city for construction and the project SKyWay Innovation Center in the UAE. So it's not going to be another eco-techno park. It will be an innovation center where they will be promoting and building technology in UAE. Because, as again in the video, Dr. Unitsky said, for him to transport it from Belarus to Dubai, I think it was the transportation, the cargo transportation route was like unbelievable. At some point, he needed to actually take the transport of the ship, which was sinking in somewhere where the transport was transported, and he had to make the order for someone to take that ship, the transport of the ship, and transport somehow some weird routes, some forest and so on. Yeah, it was for InnoTrans trade show. So Dr. Unitsky even thought that we will be missing out and the transport will arrive later. But because of, you know, the teamwork, he managed to get the transport of that ship and transported it to Berlin. But he said, I can't do this with every train. So what he said, it was one train. What if it's going to be thousands of trains? So he had to create an innovation center in the UAE where he would be able to do the production for the high-speed train and Hyper-U in the region. And also 200 hectares and an estimated value of $1.5 billion. We had allocated it free of charge so that we could build and demonstrate, as I mentioned, high-speed train and Hyper-U, and I think even the cargo transport. Again, you know, the information is available on Dr. Unitsky website. More information you can read up on his blog. This is just a brief overview of what, you know, project we are supporting today through the SKyWay Invest Group. There are also MOUs signed in Indonesia, Australia. Australia was first country, Ireland. I know there is a project in Ethiopia, in Russia. I think there is some governmental talk in Vietnam. So we are, you know, going around the world, and there is no land or the place on this world probably where we can't build the transport. So we just need the right contacts, and we need to right decision makers to talk to, and hopefully even in the UK, a few of our partners will manage to get some project built in here. So we just need to keep our fingers crossed. And also you can find the different certificates that the company has received. One of them certification from Ministry of Transport in Russia. Each certificate confirms the compliance with the normative requirements for complete sets of rolling stock equipment. The document is in Russia. That's the original document. It has not been translated, but if you want to know more, please, come back to me or someone else who would be able to translate it from Russia to English. Also, you can find different international recognition documents and certificates. Some of them is conformity certificate, some of them is this environment management system, and so on. There are many of them. Again, you can find them on the internet. Just not go through all of them separately. So that's the part one. As I said to you from the agenda, I wanted to show you what is the SKyWay Invest Group and what projects we are supporting right now. And then there is a ways how you can get involved. You can become a customer, co-owner, or the business partner. So what does it mean? The customer you will become, you want it or not, in the future when the transport will be built. And let's say you would travel to Dubai, and that would be the easiest way for you to move around the world, around the area. So you will use the SKyWay technology. Or maybe you will go to African country or Canada or somewhere in another city. Sorry, someone is calling on me on Facebook. Another cities where the SKyWay will be built, and you will naturally become a customer, right? But you also can become a co-owner or the business partner. So how you can become a co-owner? You probably have heard about the Kickstarter, Crowdcube, Indigo. Those are the projects that the platforms which you can check out yourself and do your due diligence, which allows small companies or bigger companies to raise X amount of money to build some projects or to expand their business for different services and so on. And I wanted to, look where else I could invest my money. And what I was not happy about is that I'm supporting projects. I support great ideas, but all I get is like some maybe a thank you letter, or maybe they would give me some discount for my first purchase in these shops. That's all about it. But the company would make good profits, good earnings, and I'm going to be receiving zero. So that's what I didn't like about it. Maybe in the future when I have more profits or more assets making me money, I will be able to support it. But me as an ordinary person who wants to get involved in different projects will not get any benefits. That's called like a crowdfunding industry. It's actually very big growth, which happened in 2014 by 92%. But there is also another way, equity-based crowdfunding, which is the system that became legal as a legal instrument when ex-President Obama signed the Jobs Act on April 5th, 2012. And the act was created to help promote and support entrepreneurship and small business growth. In this case, you could go and put on your project, but let's say you don't want to give, let's say you have a project, but you don't want to give more than 50-60% to investor because he's investing in your project. And I've been actually speaking to different startups that has a great idea, but they have difficulties with find that one or two investor with a good terms and conditions. So the other way how to do it is to put out your project and allow people to become co-owners of your project. It means once your project is successful, if it's successful, then you would be receiving, or those investors will be receiving the benefit as in dividends from your future profit. And this is what SKyWay Invest Group is doing as well. We are doing the crowd investing or equity-based crowdfunding. And the way how you can become a co-owner of this project is whether you go to probably Dr. Unitsky and ask him to allow you to become his big investor, or you can go through SKyWay Invest Group, where we are providing the education. So we have different educational programs with the different levels of investment, but automatically you're just not paying for your education as in you be in university, you pay just for education, and then you have very expensive paper sitting in your cupboard or in somewhere else, maybe in the wall, and you're watching it and you're thinking what to do with it. That happened with a few of my very close friends. Or you can invest in SKyWay Invest Group education, and you would receive the the first instrument that you could put in your investment portfolio. So you would become automatically a co-owner of the SKyWay technology. And that's only because the agreement was signed in 2014. If there was no agreement between Unitsky and Havratov, then you would have maybe the SKyWay Invest Group would not be even created. It would be just Academy of Private Investors where you would learn about the wealth creation. But since it was created, then the opportunity and doors were open to people globally. And today, everyone who wants to support SKyWay technology also receives the education. The education is online education, so you can purchase different installment packages as well if you want, and you can learn this online training. So Academy of Private Investor has become kind of under the SKyWay Invest Group umbrella, and same education is given out to people, different packages, and you automatically become a SKyWay co-owner, because in a bonus you receive SKyWay pre-IPO equity shares. And here are a few installment packages that you also can go for in terms of, in case you want to put and receive, and you see more attractive package that gives you the bonus of 1.5 million SKyWay Invest Group private equity shares, but you don't have 25,000 units or $25,000, then you can pay out in 10 months time, so paying $2,500 a month. And what does it mean? It means, like, maybe it sounds a lot that you're investing in education $25,000, but in the future, once the company SKyWay technology, not SKyWay Invest Group, but SKyWay technology goes in initial public offering on IPO, then your $25,000 investment would turn into a minimum 1.5 million pre-IPO equity share worth dollar portfolio. So your portfolio would be worth $1.5 million. Once the SKyWay technology is, one share would cost $1. But that's far in the future, right? But still an opportunity for you not just to become a customer in the future, but become a co-owner of it, and then do whatever it takes for the technology to go live and for people to use it. Okay, if you have questions about this part and installment packages, please let me know, or ask your person who introduced you to this project. But if you want to still, go out there and do your due diligence, then look at the big brands versus SKyWay. I was taking this information from Nasdaq on 24th of October 2018, so maybe the prices have gone up or down. So I looked for the Apple share price, and it was approximately $222. If you look at the SKyWay, what you can gain in the SKyWay if you support the same amount of money, you would receive 6,300 pre-IPO private equity shares. So think about it. If you want to become an Apple shareholder, then you would have to invest $222 per one share. That does not give you the dividends. It would just it would be just a matter of the price to go up or down. If it goes up, you win. If it goes down, you lose. You don't get any profit on top of it. Obviously, big investors that receives the dividends, for them it would be another income stream, because the company, you're probably still using Apple computers and phones, and people still buying it, so you would receive the benefit. But from SKyWay Invest Group, through SKyWay Invest Group, you would have an access to 6,300 pre-IPO equity shares, which in the future would be valued at minimum $6,300, plus it would give you the dividends. And same, you can look at the Microsoft, Amazon, and Tesla. And actually, Tesla months ago was cost even, I think, over $380 per share. So now it's $291. So it dropped. For some reason, it has dropped. So people who invested in Tesla at that time has lost the money. Okay. At the same time, if you invest the same amount of money in SKyWay Invest Group, then you receive, I think there is a mistake, double check, for 291, maybe it would be 1,000. No, I need to double check. Here is a mistake in the numbers. But yeah, you can have a look, what the SKyWay technology is offering and what the big brands today is offering in the market. So that's about it for those who want just to be a silent investor and supporters. But if you want to know more now how to do the business with us, keep watching. I won't keep you much longer. So what is a new economic evolution of the world that Andrei Havratov was talking about? It's for those who want to become an entrepreneur and not to lose their jobs, or let's say not to lose their income. because you need to be prepared to how the world will work. If by traditional economic world concept is that you are looking for the job where you're paid per hour, isn't it? Well, most of us are looking for jobs that are paid per hour, or what we are earning per year. And then on top of what we earn is like up to us whether we want to make that extra income or we don't. Obviously, you still have to make it to show the company that you're doing something, but that's not necessary. In the new economic evolution of the world, everything will be based on the performance, on your productivity. What do you do a month? What is it that you bring to the company? And even those big directors that earn $60, $70, or $100,000 pounds a month, they will be earning so much less, and everything will be based on productivity and the performance. So if you are a highly professional person in terms of the management or the directors level, you will have a higher targets and requirements for you to achieve your targets, so it will be even more difficult. But in this case, the companies will save the money, because I've been in two types of jobs. In one job where I was making minimum basic salary, and I was just sitting my hours and waiting for 8 hours to finish to go home, right? So I had sometimes jobs, sometimes I didn't, so it didn't matter because I was there sitting, I was in the office, right? The other job I had was a sales job where my salary was quite basic, was quite good, and then the rest was based on my sales performance. And again, my salary was quite good, so the performance, I was just making sometimes 50-50, I would say. Sometimes also I came to work, look at the clock and see when I can go home. So for companies, I made a loss probably. So for them not to make this loss from other people, they will make a minimum wage, and everything will based on performance. So people won't be looking anymore what they can earn as a basic or as per hour, but they will be looking what is the maximum they can earn if they will do the sales. And that's how the companies will be operating very, very soon. And that's how the SKyWay Invest Group is preparing their members, because we are creating a new profession called multi-level crowd investing professional, or the management, multi-level crowd investing manager. That would be the right word. And Andrei Havrato is actually traveling around different universities. He mentioned in a video as well that he is going in Russia, in Italy, somewhere in Europe. He is planning to go to different universities to make this as a new profession for them to study in the universities and the schools, because the concept has been taken from two different places, industries, let's say. So multi-level is from the network marketing industry. So if someone says, is this network marketing business? It's not. We have a certain element of the network marketing, and I will say you why. Because in network marketing, I used to sell healthy products. So I had a box of products, I had to go and sell them. So if I make a sales, I make my money. If my people wants to do the same job, so they were selling the products, and we constantly were making some sales. So we are avoiding the shops, where also shops are making some commissions. So the shops that you are buying in Sainsbury's or whatever, the food shop you're going, because they are in the shop, but there's no person physically giving you the product. It doesn't mean that the shop doesn't earn the commission. They do make a commission. So it's also the network. But network marketing, obviously, it's person to person. So let's say you want to sell a bottle of water to some person, you sell it, he bought it, you receive your commission. If the person wants to come back and buy the product again, you're making again the constant commissions. And then the person maybe wants to do the business, so you're earning some commissions from your business, but you are not earning from the whole company. So what happens with in our company is that we do have the network, we do the business, and we do talk to other people and promoting the opportunity. And if the person joins the business, we're earning the commission. But what is beauty about us is that whoever comes and wants to have that product that we have, they're not just buying the education product, or they are not just supporting the SKyWay technology, they are investing in the education, but they become a co-owner of that SKyWay technology company, right? What does it mean? It means for me that I'm earning obviously from from my performance, from my productivity. But in the future, it doesn't mean how big network I have, because I will be receiving the benefits from SKyWay technology, which are the dividends, because the equities that I'm receiving today would give you the dividends. In network marketing, other businesses, they will not allow you, let's say, a well-being company who promotes the beauty product. You're purchasing you're purchasing the product, but they would never give you opportunity to become a co-owner of that company. Would never, because they are established and they don't need investors. So you would be just earning from your network, and if your network doesn't work, you don't earn. Here, you work or you don't earn, you work or you don't work, you would still be earning in the future from SKyWay technology. That's how the multi-level crowd investing is working, and that's a power for the future to make people wealthier. And Andre Havrato is not the only person who talks about the new economical evolution of the world. There's also Robert Kiyosaki, who says the next economic crash will be huge. Big letters, huge, but not for entrepreneurs. So for those who knows, how to make their money work for themselves, and how, your money is coming in based on your performance, you will be ready for this new economical evolution of the world. And I just want to touch base SWIG results since 2014. So, I've been talking about what we are doing in terms of the education and the technology we're supporting, and everyone has been asking, what are the numbers? So here are the numbers. From 2014, we have 692,000 users from 176 countries. Those are the people who support the project with their voice. Even if you just registered in SKyWay Invest Group, that's your support for SKyWay technology company, that you want this technology to be built in your region. Total number of investors are 104,133 investors from 100 plus countries. We have total number of partners that are 170,652 partners from 50 plus countries, and total amount in dollars paid out as a bonuses are $27,492,057. And the potential of the SKyWay technology and SKyWay Invest Group is this is nothing yet. The potential is huge. If you're looking at the network marketing business, then the potential of the network marketing, traditional network marketing, is basically, that they are existing 70 years. And in 70 years, all the industry maybe have made a $1 trillion in sales. And network marketing businesses normally gives back maybe maximum 50%. So it means that $500 billion has been paid back in 70 years old network marketers. It's a good money, but if you calculate how many network marketers are there, probably it's nothing. And now if you're looking at the SKyWay Invest Group and SKyWay technology potential, as I mentioned before, the IP rights and the technology that we have built, and the patents that we have, is being evaluated at $400 billion. So if you're looking at the potential we're calculating cargo transport, in the city transport, high-speed transport, hyper-youth transport, agriculture projects, and probably even more like the drones and unimobiles and the blockchain and everything. It's approximately $250 trillion worth market. And out of $250 trillion market, and now if we are looking at our network marketing marketing plan, we see that all SKyWay Invest Group members could potentially earn up to 35%. So if we are taking that out of $250 trillion, 35% is paid back to all the SWIG members. It means that approximately $87.5 trillion will be paid back to people who support this project and SKyWay Invest Group today. So 500 billion in 70 years versus, $87.5 trillion in the next probably, 15 years, because they want to build SKyWay technology 50 million kilometers by 2030. That's the potential. I'm not saying it's going to happen by 2030, but that's the potential. So 70 years versus a few years potential, it's a huge difference. And the question is whether you want to be part of it or you want to just watch someone else to, make all this money. And then the question is like how you want to live your dream. Obviously, some people love their job. Some people really are exciting about what they are doing. Maybe you have your business. Maybe you are already at investors level. Maybe you have your investment portfolio. So the question is like, are you living the life of your dream? For some of you, it might be helping others. You know, maybe you don't want these millions in your account, but what you can do again with this money. Maybe you want to build a house in Africa. Maybe you want to build I don't know, and support children with other families in your country. You know, maybe you want to travel around the world and take your family. Maybe you want to, you know, work next to the beach. You know, whatever it is, can you do what you think is your dream life to what by doing what you do today? If not, then the SKyWay Advice Group could potentially be your solution. It was my solution and it is my solution, and I am happy about my life, and I am just looking forward to what the future is, you know, for me, what future I can expect in the future. Oh my God, I got confused. What I can expect in the future, you know, and then think about it. Just put in a paper your dreams and see, you know, what is the plan for you to get there. And if it takes 20, 30 years to get to where you want to be by doing what you do, maybe you need to really seriously look into SKyWay Invest Group, because we could potentially minimize it by half. And other good thing about SKyWay Invest Group is that, remember at the beginning of the presentation, I said, have you ever asked yourself how you can multiply your money or how you can make another income stream? Well, hey, in every job that you probably might have as a traditional job, you would have a one income stream. At least every job that I was working, there was one income stream. But in SKyWay Invest Group, you have more than one. The first today is the network. So yes, you have to go. Yes, you have to go and talk to people. You have to show them the opportunity, but sharing is caring. And more we talk, more people's lives we can impact, more people's lives we can improve. So by building your network, helping others, sharing this information to others, we can really improve, you know, we can improve the lifestyles of many people. I think I have done it already to many people, and I won't stop, because there are billions of people in this world that would love to have a better life. So tomorrow you can become a representative. Representative becomes those who also pass certain criteria. For you to become a representative of the company, you have to become a manager or above. You need to have your structure set, so you have to show how you build a business. You have to certain volume that you bring into SKyWay Invest Group supporting SKyWay technology, and you have to pass the graduate master profit training, which I will go you shortly. I won't keep you long anymore. I know some of you must be tired, and you need to be an expert speaker. To become a representative is for those who are ambitious, for those who really want to be the boss on their own, and they want to add another income stream, because networking is one, and the second is the representative. So you can be a regional leader, you can manage the whole region or region around it, and you can make the commissions on top of it, because obviously you will be the first point of contact in that region where people would go and look for the help. You would need to organize meetings, presentations, the trainings, maybe bigger conferences, and so on. So you would be the person that is actually helping others to grow and to, you know, become a leader. And to have that representative office is actually necessary, because once the people see the office, when they see the live presentations, they believe it even more. A speakers and coach opportunity. Also, if you feel that you have something to give, if you feel that you can add value to people's lives by not just talking to one or two people, but you have the passion and that encourage and the energy inside of you to go on stage and talk to people, not just regionally, but maybe in your country or even internationally, then please step up. Please, you know, raise your voice and show us that you are the next speaker, that you want to be the next motivational speaker, that you want to be the next coach, the person who is training and coaching other students. And it's not necessary that it's just in your network, you know, that you want to expand, you know, your potential, and you have to give back now. If you feel that you are the person, then also please step up and see how we can get you to the level of the speaker or level of the coach. There is also an MLCI department, and so under the SKyWay Invest Group, there's another department where there are still available places left. So there are 10 places created and 7 of them are taken, so 3 is still available. And hey, it doesn't matter how long you're in business, if you tick the boxes, if you do all the tasks, you can be potentially in this department. And this department allows you to earn from the total revenue from the company of SKyWay Invest Group, not of SKyWay Technology, of SKyWay Invest Group. So hey, this is another income stream. And then there's the big investors and the project SKyWay, project initiation of the SKyWay technology. Big investors, yes, they are a great source of connections, but they sometimes can take a lot of time. Same as the project initiation, unless you have a good contact and good people to talk to, it can take even a year or so to get to a certain level that you can actually talk about the project initiation. But the opportunities are there, the income streams is there as on top of everything else that I already described. And in the future, we're looking at the IPOs and the dividends. So once the SKyWay technology, not SKyWay Invest Group, goes on IPO, and we are not in control when that happens, maybe 2 to 3 years time, maybe 5 years time, but business plan is this year. But obviously it won't happen yet because there are certain things that the company has to complete before they goes on IPO. It's not just the building, it's also from the financial point of view, where you have to show the financial reporting. You have to be in a profit for 3 years, which obviously we cannot show right now, or let's say Uniski can't show right now. But by business plan, it's this year. Therefore, there is a SKyWay token that's been created. Probably you've heard about this news. So there are ways how you will be able to sell your pre-IPO private equity shares or exchange them to the tokens. Again, this is in his website. You can go and look into and read about it, because it was recently announced. So we just need to keep learning and educating yourselves how it would happen. But these are the income streams. So if you're looking for the extra income stream on top of what you are doing right now, here are the variations for you. Obviously, some of them are in future, some of them are for today. If some people ask me, what is the best way to start, I always recommend Expert Consultant, because it gives a decent amount of pre-IPO private equity shares, which is 240,000, in this case, 240,000 pre-IPO private equity shares, and you have a business entity and unlimited earning potentials. It allows you by business plan to earn unlimited from the downline, so there are no limits of how many people you will involved in the business. There are no limits. So if you want to look into a marketing plan, please get in touch with me or the person you introduced to the business to understand more about the business plan and how you can grow within the SKyWay Invest Group in terms of the levels and how much money you could potentially earn if you do your product. If you have a very good productivity and a good result. So what are the earning potentials for you? But this particular package costs 4,220 units, and this is a good start. Obviously, there are other opportunities, different options for you to look into, as I shared before, and decide what is your reasonable investment in the SKyWay Invest Group educational program. Because by Expert Consultant, you also receive education. Everything that you invest, you receive education. You just need to find out which one is the best for you. But if someone asks me, what you would go for, I would say I would go for an Expert Consultant, because it will open up unlimited earning potentials, and you are already skipping few steps, how to become express, because before consultant there are different steps, so you are skipping them, and it costs only 4,220 units or dollars. For those who don't know what to do, like you really are excited and you really like the project and you really want to get this off the ground, and you want to open the office and you want to be the speaker and you want to be the coach and you want to know how to speak to big investors and do this all things together, but you don't know where to start, and you need the guidelines, then SKyWay Invest Group is providing the education and the training. Again, I was involved in different businesses, and there was limited training options, and there were limited, even the speaking options that they would potentially offer. They didn't even offer. I don't think there was any. But SKyWay Invest Group has the education and specially designed Step to Success Master Profit training, which is provided and given by the qualified coaches and the speakers in the country. And this master profi, I would say, is the knowledge. Knowledge is the key to success, or this, then information is the key to success. And master profi training is a leadership training program which will lead you to the path of becoming a master in sales, consulting, and professional, building a large team of like-minded, motivated people, or leaders just like yourself, or someone who you are following in the SKyWay Invest group and you want to become like them. I can guarantee you, and I can how to say 100% tell you that all the leaders, all the directors, all the representatives have passed the master profi training. That's the only requirement, one of the must requirements from Andrea Gavrato. If you want to build the business not just by marketing plan but within the SKyWay Invest group, you have to pass the master profi training. If you want to open the representative office, you have to pass the master profi training, because he knows that you would have the right knowledge, the right tools to run his business. Even if the SKyWay Invest group belongs to Andrea Gavrato, you have to treat this as your business. So you have to get the right information how to run the business. And the reasons to pass the training already mentioned. So on top of that, obviously you will be fully educated about the SKyWay Invest Group philosophy and a business system. So you would not be confused anymore. What is SKyWay Invest Group? What is SKyWay Technology? What is the relation between them? What is GTI and holding companies and so on? You won't have these questions, because if you can't answer simple questions like that, you won't be even able to speak to big investor, because big investors would ask where the money go, or where the company is registered. And if you go back to to your people and try find out questions, so you lose the credibility. So the master profi will go through these topics. They also learn about the investment world, investors rules, 5 commandments is part of it, and how to create investment portfolio. When you are in different network marketing business or any business, you have to learn the product. You need to learn what you're talking about. Even when I was in the defense industry selling the conferences, I had to know and learn about defense industry, all the planes and missiles and helicopters. I need to know all of them. Yeah, I want it or not. I had to educate myself. So same about our business. In SKyWay Invest Group, it is all about the wealth creation. So you have to learn about the investment world and the science of it, and learn also how to learn and develop the regions and countries. If you want to open the office, it doesn't stop with opening just the office. What are the tasks that you have to complete and how to develop it. What are the activities that you have to do, and to become a next professional speaker and the coach. So the master profi number 1, or the level 1, is open for everyone. It's a one-day training in the office, so you won't have to travel very far. But if you don't have the regional training in your region, all you have to do is just to find out from master profi coach in your country, and to find out what are the requirements for them to organize a training in your city, in your region. But the purpose of this training is to learn the first steps, how to create a successful business in SKyWay Invest Group. I think as I mentioned already, it's important to know the philosophy of SKyWay Invest Group and what we do and why we do and what is our mission, what is our vision, and so on, to understand the bigger picture. What is it that we do? SKyWay Technology, yes, it's a part, it's a tool, as I call it, a cherry on top of the cake. But if we take a SKyWay Technology away, can you see the vision? Can you see the future to what we are trying to do with ordinary people? If you can explain that, if you can see that, then you know what is it the SKyWay Invest Group is trying to achieve. Also, you need to know that the tools the SKyWay Invest Group is offering, as I said, it's education, it's online training, and also I didn't mention it's also a genius of finance game, where you can put your information in the practice before you go out there in the real life. You also probably can't start your business if you don't have the contact list. So the contact list is must, and we always ask our people to start with 200, 300 names in your contact list, and that's how the professional network marketers does. They have the contact list which they are adding, which they're expanding day by day. And some people will come and say, I have only 30 people. Fine, there are 21 methods of finding clients. So we're going to go through each method and see which one would be the best for you. I recommend to go through all of them and find what works for you. But remember, network marketer is not born a profession. You need to become a profession, and that profession will be number one in very near future. And network marketer don't become in a day or a week or year time. It's a good 3 to 5 years for you to become a network marketer profession. So these are the steps for you to learn, to have the right attitude even to this industry and to this profession. And also we're going to go through to the 4 business system. There are 4 steps in SKyWay Invest Group that you have to follow. You cannot skip, you cannot mix, you cannot change them around because it won't work. So you have to follow the step by step, and then you will be successful in this business. And the first what we learn is the invitation. So how to pick up the phone, what to say to people, what not to say, how to make them interested, to meet you and hear about the opportunity. And obviously social media and the back office training. Social media is a very good tool these days for me when I don't have a time to go to networking events, to go on social media and find new clients, to have these 5 meetings per day. That's all what we're going to learn on the day 1, full day training, and the price is 350 units. It's a training, there's no equities involved, so it's purely for those who want to do the business, who want to grow and see this as a future company to work, not to work to be as a partner, to be an entrepreneur in this company. Then once you have completed a level 2 and you want to go and build the next level, then you have to pass certain homework tasks and so on. And then you will, when the coach thinks that you are ready to go for the level 2, you will have an access in the back office to go and purchase the level 2. This is a 2-day training, and you will dive into the business and investment world. You will learn a lot about here you will learn more about the investments. On the first level, not that much. Here you will learn about the different levels of investors. So if you want to go for big investor, you need to recognize what type of investor he is and what is his interest, for you to be able to handle the objections if those would be. Also, you will learn how to create your financial plan, and there are 3 ways of how to create a financial plan and how to calculate the capitalization of it. Also, second step, we will learn practical session how to do the meeting. Okay, and this level 2 the price is 980 units. And the third level is the expert level. It's for the managers above, and the 2-day training where you also will play the game Genius of Finance. Here you will learn a lot about the investment world. You will learn how to create the assets and advance the business to the next level. You will learn how to talk to the top networkers. If you don't know yet, you will learn the 20 investment segments, how to realize the risks. How to measure the risks, pluses and minuses, different investment portfolios worth of millions and so on. And this training is definitely for those who want to become regional directors, for those who want to become, who want to create a project initiation and so on, because that's where you will be discussing all this in 2 days. And the price is 2,300 units, as in for today. But the promotion you get is that the Master Profi first level available today. Well, not today, but from Wednesday, with a promo code of discount of 260 units. So instead of 350, you will get a price of 260 units, and will be available from Wednesday till Sunday. Don't miss on this, because we don't know if there will be any promo codes available in the future. And for you to get a promo code, please get in touch with me or the person who introduced the business, or the Master Profi coach that in your region is available, and ask him for her the promo code for you to get this discount. And the next Master Profi comes in New York, 8th of November 2018. As you can see, the time is from 8 to 7 o'clock, and the place is Hilton, New York. You can see it's on like an airport, Jamaica Street, I guess, in New York. And the speakers will be Andrew Hawkes, director from SWIG Australia, and Richard Ashin, regional manager, Queensland, Australia. So they will be conducting the level 1 training, because we have a lot of leaders and a lot of passionate people to go through the network, through the Master Profi level 1 in America, because they want to also become speakers and the coaches, and they know that there is no way to skip this. They have to pass it. So Andrew Hawkes, all the way from Australia, with Rich Ashin, will go to New York and will conduct the Master Profi training 1. So if you're in New York and you want to come and become one of the students, find out information in your back office, in SKyWay Invest Group back office. There is a full information how you can book your ticket and how you can purchase the training for yourself. And also the last bit is the general Sultan promotion, which was also promoted by Andrei Havrato a few days ago. So the SKyWay Invest Group is giving out presents from October 27th to December 17th. Complete the conditions to receive a MacBook or an Ultrabook, a Samsung or iPhone smartphone, a personal coaching from MLC, Multi-Level Crowd Investing Department, and the SKyWay units and pre-IP equity shares. Who wants all of them? I want all of them. I need a new computer. So I will work hard. Are you going to work hard? I'm happy to share with the Ultrabook, but the MacBook, I need that. But the conditions to participate is that you need to register 5 or more partners with an investment of 100 units or more. So first 15 partners who complete the conditions of participation will become the winners and will complete for the top prizes. And the results will be announced on December 18th, just almost before the Christmas. That would be a great Christmas present to yourself. So what you can win, the winner on the from 4th to 15th of place can win the SKyWay units and SKyWay pre-IP equity shares. The higher the place, the higher the reward. Is it good? Sounds good. Third place, a Samsung or iPhone smartphone plus 8,000 SKyWay pre-IP equity shares. Who wants that? Raise your hands. I want that. I want Samsung. Who wants the second place? No, who can win the second place? Can win an Ultrabook or an Apple MacBook and 10,000 SKyWay pre-IP equity shares. Even better, isn't it? But hey, what the first place is giving? The first place is giving the coaching from a member of Multi-Level Crowd Investing Department of your choice. It can be also Andrei Havrato. It can be Mila. It can be Jamilia from Kazakhstan. It can be Armen Smurniks, Mila Sergikova, did I mention, and so on. So of your choice, any of them can be in your in your service, and you will receive 15,000 SKyWay pre-IPO private equity shares, plus an Ultrabook or Apple MacBook and a Samsung or iPhone smartphone. Who wants to have that all? I want to be that first place. So are you going to get into this competition or not? That's your choice, but I will definitely get into this as in from today. I won't go to sleep. I will look for the presentations I can conduct tomorrow and see, how I can get people involved. And you know what? I actually will be motivating my people to get the same thing, because I think it's a good present to ourselves, isn't it? So here you go. People who are SKyWay Invest Group members, you have an opportunity to live your dream, to do your choice, to be connected to your job or to be open-minded. Start doing this in a part-time or on a full-time basis. It's totally up to you. You want to be a customer in the future and don't get involved. Again, that's your choice. If you want to become a co-owner, great, let's work on it. And if you want to become a business partner, an active business partner, a coach, a speaker, a representative of your country, let's work on it. Master Profit number 1, but let's put other tasks in place so you know how far you are from achieving and becoming, let's say, a representative in your region. And basically make your life a dream and a dream a reality. And I can say I'm really dreaming my dream, and dream board that I have created after the Master Profit, which I was told to do, it's half completed. So, how many dreams you have completed this year, how many you still need to complete. Let's work on them. Let's see how we can, achieve them together, because as a SKyWay Invest Group, we are one whole team. We are one big family, and I have family members around the world, which is amazing. So yeah, guys, I think I have kept you very long for today, but I really wanted to say all of that. I was trying to minimize as much as I can, but I have that. I felt that I need to do this, and I hope you have the bigger vision, bigger understanding of the SKyWay Invest Group vision, and you understand, where you want to be. So if you have any questions, please let me know. If not, then we can probably finish this call today. Do you have any questions? I will see on Zoom. I can't see I can't see here anything. The process is great to help build your structure. All right, guys. Well, I think you don't have questions, or maybe you have on Facebook, but I will see them later. Well, basically, thank you for being here with me. Thank you for watching. I think if you have stayed till the end, then there was a value for you to stay. And if you have any questions afterwards, or you just can't think about anything now, that's fine. Yeah, so I will see you very soon, and sorry for keeping you so long, but yeah, I hope it was useful for you guys, and I hope to see you very soon or hear from you. Good night for now, and yeah, thank you, Richard. You're still here, good. Yeah, so let's go and work. Tomorrow is Tuesday, and we need to go and work, right? Remember the promotions. If you didn't understand the promotion, let me know. I will explain you again whenever it's needed, okay? Okay, thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.